Welcome back to Sports Connection. I'm very excited about my next guest. I know him pretty well, and I hope to know him even better over the coming years because he does so much for us during our KOA Junior Archery Day event that we have out at the KOA. Alan Thomas from the Hunter's Den down in Russellville. Alan, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
You know, this has gotten real popular, and you can go all the way back to the Mockingjay, whatever, the Girl on Fire stuff. I think that helped kick it off. But it's kind of like soccer. We talked about it earlier, how it caught fire, and it's just everywhere now. I think archery is a very similar situation. So take me back. You work closely with the school system, and very big part of getting that into the schools, getting the bows, the Genesis bows for NASP. So tell me a little bit about how that got started with this in-school competition we're seeing now.
Sure. The National Archery in School program started in 2002 in Kentucky. They did like a 20-school pilot program just to see how it would go, and it took off. It's in every state now. Other countries are using this same Genesis bow. 4th through 12th grade all shoot 10 and 15 meters. They shoot at a bullseye target and a 3D animal realistic looking targets. They shoot for a possible 300. There's scholarship money involved. A lot of colleges are picking these kids up, and when they get to college they can shoot other bows. They don't have to shoot the Genesis bow, but they can shoot regular compound bows. But the Genesis bow is really neat. It fits everybody because it don't have let off. So it don't matter the student's size, they pull it back to the corner of their mouth and they aim and shoot, and works for everybody. It's really took off. Yeah, like I say, it started in Kentucky, but now I think they said it's over 18 million students have picked up a bow due to NASP, over the years.
Alan, when you grab a bow, I mean, we could take us all the way back to hunters and gatherer days. I mean, they're building bows back then, and they're using them, and they're making their own arrowheads. So it really started a long time before now, obviously. But it's cool because even me as an adult or as a kid, there's just something fun about aiming that arrow and trying to hit that target, and I think that's part of the allure.
It really is. It is. It's one of the oldest sports in the world. Archery has been around that long, but it took, Matt McPherson, who makes the Matthews bows, he come up with the idea of, hey, we can build a bow without let off. It could fit everybody. These bows are so tough. This bow I brought today, it's probably about 15 years old. We've restrung it, but they just last. These school bows are so tough. And it's not a big investment. I mean, and they're used in camps all around the country. The same bow. The Genesis is just a phenomenal little bow.
They're top notch. We use them out at the junior archery event. And again, I want to thank you on air here for all the help that you do and putting. We get the targets. You bring all kinds of expertise, obviously, with you, and it's great having you out there as kind of our range security guy. I mean, you're making sure everybody's doing the right thing, and it goes so smooth. We've had so much fun with it over the years, and this will be our third one coming up, and I'm looking so forward to it. That'll be in September. We'll tell you more about it down the road. And before Alan leaves, we're going to pick up a bow here and give you just a little basics there for some of you younger ones that might be watching, or some of you that aren't so young that might want to get into this because it's a lot of fun, and it's an Olympic event. I mean, we could go on and on about it, but it's not just anymore for the outdoors guy who's out there deer hunting, which you deal a lot with that. You restring, you build bows, you do all kinds of, you're kind of the bow whisperer, I like to say, Alan. And if you're from Russellville, you know exactly who's sitting next to me for sure. But that's the cool thing about it. There's so many different, and now that it's an event for kids and a sport for kids, another outlet for archery is really cool, and it's been amazing to watch. What's your favorite thing about just being around bows, Alan? What draws you to it?
Well, in the NASP program, it's just amazing the lives it's changed. The kids hadn't had a sport before that they could be involved in. They really excel at archery. It's something that they don't have to have a big, strong, athletic build to shoot Genesis. And hunting, bow hunting, it's always been my passion. And it's something about getting an animal close enough to be able to take it with a bow. It's just nothing compares to it.
Yeah, the sport of it. I mean, it's not like you're 160 yards away with a
You gotta get 'em
high-powered
close.
rifle. You give the deer a chance, and a lot of times the deer gets one over on you when you're a deer hunter. I think that's one of the
Yes.
things that keep guys and gals back in the deer stand and in the woods is that that part of it. Well, before we go, Alan, first of all, he's got a great indoor shooting range at the Hunter's Den down there in Lewisburg, and you're on Lewisburg Road down there, aren't you?
Lewisburg Road, Russellville.
Great place. You need to check it out. I've been in there many times. I'm going to grab this bow. And for some of the people watching that might not know, Alan, if you don't mind, just kind of go through a little bit of the basics and the fundamentals once you pick that bow up.
So sure, we'd want to determine whether we was right or left eye dominant. So if we're right eye dominant, we'd shoot a right-handed bow. It's really a good thing about these. We'd like to show people how to hold these where you don't hit your arm. With any bow, if you just turn your hand a little bit, it keeps your elbow turned out. And then they would knock their air and lay it on the little rest, and we shoot with 3 fingers under on these. So they'd draw it, and they'd come back, and they'd anchor at the corner of their mouth. We tell them at the corner of their smile, and they release, and they get a follow through, and it's repeat. You know, it's just. But the bows are really awesome, and they're not expensive little bows. These little bows run like $170. You know, and it's something a kid can use through the whole 4th through 12th grade
Let's see if I can
program.
pull it back here. I can't get it, Alan. I just don't have any strength anymore. Man, listen, it's a pleasure. You can get a hold of Alan Thomas. That was my picture taker when I was in high school. So made our portraits. Alan Thomas, and you can get a hold of him at the Hunter's Den right there in Russellville, Kentucky. If you've got any questions or you want to get your kid involved, he has been a major player in getting NASP in the school systems. And listen, KOA Junior Archery Day, what a hit.
Love it.
And we've added Sherwood's guns. So now we got guns, we got bows, we got fishing poles. So we're trying our best to get those things introduced to the
Awesome.
youth. But hats off to you, the way you came in and helped get this into the school systems and right alongside with NASP.
Thank you.
Alan Thomas, great guy.
Thank you, Brian.
Appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Be right back. Finishing up the show today. Brian Webb here with Alan Thomas, Hunter's Den. We'll be right back. Sports Connection, WBKO.